Om Shanti and welcome back to your channel. Welcome back to today's blessing, a very beautiful blessing where God the Father teaches us that how we can attain anything in our life by renunciating our happiness and the desires of the world. So, the worldly happiness, not the real happiness. That's what we need to renounce. So, here too, Baba says that may you be a true renunciate. There's a difference between a true renunciate and a false renunciate. Somebody who does it because everybody is looking at him. He does it or she does it because they feel that what will people say? That's not a true renunciate. So may you be a true renunciate who experiences fortune. So you're creating your fortune. So when you're renouncing something, you increase your willpower. When you renounce something, you're following a tradition, which is very important, and they're going to be fruits of it. That means your karma is going to bring about nice fruits for you or nice attainments for you very easily, provided you're a true renunciate. So, may you be a true renunciate who experiences fortune by having renunciation in your elevated dharna. So, dharna means imbibing. From the word dharna comes the word dharma, and from the word dharma comes dharna. That we imbibe certain rules and regulations in our life and we focus on them so that we become powerful, we become somebody who's a religious being. So here, God the Father says in explanation, the elevated dharana of Brahmins. Who are Brahmins? Brahmins are the ones who are the creators of the new world, because Brahma is known as to be the creator of the new world. So Brahmins are his different arms, millions of souls who are following the footsteps of Brahma. Brahma means Adam. Adam is the first child of God. So Brahma is the purest creation of God the Father. So God the Father created Brahma in his own eyes, or Adam in his own eyes, and also Saraswati or Jagadamba. Jagadamba Amba means mother, world mother. So Brahma and Saraswati, or Adam and Eve, were created by God the Father, point of light, divine being, and he created them in his own eyes means in his own pure mind. So he created them out of purity. So the elevated dharana of Brahmins is complete purity. The complete purity, some people believe that purity means to be a celibate. But God the Father says that there's something beyond celibacy also. So you can be a celibate in this life. There's so many people who don't get married and they remain celibate, right, throughout their life. But at the same time, if they have impure thoughts towards others, if they have got some form of hatred for any religion or a caste or a creed or any community, then that's not purity. That's not brahmacharya, right? So everybody can be a Brahmin, means the follower of Adam, the first creation of God, is Brahmanism. It doesn't mean that you have to wear a janeb or you have to wear a tika or you have to recite a few points from the Gita or the Upanishads so as to become a Brahmin. But to be in dharana of them means to imbibe that knowledge in your life is to be a true Brahmin. So that's what purity is all about. It is remembered of this dharana. What is remembered? You do not break your promise even if you have to die. So many people, they fought for their religion and they were ready to die for their religion. Now here too, Baba says, Godfather says, you should die for your religion. Means what? You should kill all those impure sanskars or habits or dharnas which don't allow you to follow your religion. It's not about being killed in a battle. So in any type of situation, whether you have to renounce something or tolerate something, renounce something. Sometimes what happens, we have to renounce the importance which we get from people. Let's say you are a good friend, right? And then of a person, and that person was always into impure habits. That person was always talking ill about other people or was into some form of hatred for any religion or caste or creed and used to disdain or look down upon certain creed of people. And now suddenly you realize that you need to be following Brahmanism, means purity in the mind. So you start distancing yourself from that person. So you are renouncing, so you are sacrificing a person or a situation. You stop drinking, you stop smoking, you stop going to parties which you used to go with your friends. So you're renouncing such a situation so that you can follow your religion. You're ready to die to do that. Now that is known as the real death. It's not about picking up a sword or a pistol and ready to kill the other religious person. That's not what Brahmanism is all about. That's not what we learn when we know that we are a soul and all the souls are the children of one God the Father. So that's what we can't get engaged into, of killing, right? So it's purity. That means dying means you're ready to give or sacrifice your old habits, or old friends, or old people. So in any type of situation, that kind of situation, whether you have to renounce something or tolerate something, now we follow purity, celibacy. There might be situations where the family members, they might tell you that why are you following purity? What about the world? How will the population of the world increase? That's where we think about there are so many sannyasis, and there are crores and crores of sannyasis. When they took up sannyas dharma following Shankaracharya in around 1450 years from here, from this date, 1450 years back, when Shankaracharya came and he started the sannyas dharma, well, the population of the world did not stop, right? So, what if 10,000 or maybe 33 crore souls, the divine beings, Tetis Koti, 33 crore souls more, stop reprocreating and they become pure? So, the reprocreation process stops, but then the world population doesn't stop, right? So, it doesn't matter how many people, the whole world will not become a sannyas dharma, the whole world will not follow brahmacharya completely. But we have to tolerate when people talk about those things. So, in any type of situation, whether you have to renounce something or tolerate something or face some opposition or have courage to uphold this dharna, do it happily, not out of compulsion that what will my members of my society or the Brahma Kumaris say or the Sannyas Dharma people say if I'm not able to follow it completely. So I better show it that I'm following it. But internally, I'm not happy doing it. So that's not that you're ready to die for your dharma. So do not consider renunciation to be renunciation, but experience it as fortune, because we are creating beautiful dharana, a beautiful habit or a sanskar, because a soul will only take those sanskars in the next birth. We will not take this body. I'm not going to take this body. I'm not going to take this piece of cloth. I'm not going to take anything which is behind me. I'm not even going to take this camera, right? I'm not going to take the money which I have. The only thing which I'll take is this knowledge, and how much soever did I imbibe it in my own personal life. That is the sanskar which I as a soul will take in the next birth. So that's why I have to think about the fortune and experience it as fortune, and you will then be called a true renunciate, not out of compulsion. So those with such dharana are called true Brahmins, followers of Brahma or Adam or the first creation of God the Father. Now, what exactly and how was Brahma created? Or how was Adam created? How was Jagdamba created? Or Eve, Amba, the first world mother, created? For that understanding, I invite you to Brahma Kumaris. Go on to www.brahmakumaris.com, find out the nearest center to you, and go and take the secret of the creation of the world through God the Father. How the new world was created, and how purity was imbibed and infused into that new world. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. Om Shanti.